Whew, I've decided to leave the original bottom seat part. I really like it. It has such nice springs in it, but the top part I will change from Audi. It's much thinner than the original one, which occupies too much free space here. Audi's seat made of such a material like a rubbery foam or something similar, but it's much wider and taller than I need, so I'm gonna cut it a little. Actually, I have already cut a half of the frame and there are about 12-13 centimeters left, so let's get it fit here. Let's go further. This is the right bottom part and it fits here pretty well. I need to bend it a little and it should look much better. This is the top part. I have decreased its height by cutting it here and there and in half, and then I overlapped it. So we have gotten such a beautiful construction that follows all the wheel arches. The seat thickness should be something like this, I believe, instead of such a big, bulky couch that was here before. With that being said, passengers should get much more room here for their legs, and it should be much more easier to get here through the front seat. By the way, the new seat should help me in deadening motor noises due to the material it's made of. It's pretty dense and heavy. The old seat was totally empty, just springs and covering. Concerning bottom part of the back seat, it has seen better days. Some springs are twisted, the frame needs to be bent a little. Unbelievable! In this car were found perfect conditions for the birth a new life, the next evolutionary rung. Here you can see nothing special. Just previous owner was a pretty interesting man. He made here such a thermal insulation. I can't call it sound insulation because it's definitely a thermal insulation. In this volume, it's about 1 bucket of expanding foam. On top of that, he put some feltish rack. Okay, this piece of material should be enough for sound deadening. But what is it? It takes so much volume here. Okay, let's say this was supposed to be a sound insulation, but underneath this sandwich, it's very wet. Especially considering how hot it has been in my city for a long time. I'm glad that I'm removing it, because it's true, a new life could be born here. Please, guys, don't do this. It's so hard to remove it. At some places there are some spots of factory primer, but also there are some spots of rust here and there. With that being said, the previous owner used such a high-quality expanding foam. You don't even have to try to remove it without a good sturdy crowbar. Thanks to Gordon Freeman, he lent me one, and this little guy is helping us. He is resting here and guarding us at the same time. Let's go. On this side I'm gonna make everything much easier. Driver's seat installed on the rails which were welded to the body. I don't like it, so I've decided to bolt these rails down. I drilled the holes and now I can attach and detach it much faster by unscrewing only 4 nuts from underneath. This solution seems to be much more elegant. The new audio system is installed. This is the new Pioneer 22XC ABC ZYX Black Edition. Actually, it's just a small Bluetooth speaker that helps me while I'm working alone here. This idea was really good, but it turned out that it has pretty weak adhesion, and at some places I found moisture. But you are thinking that the underside is covered and protected with these bitumen sheets. This is a dangerous situation and you have to be sure that your underside is protected well, so I'm gonna clean it up. At some spots I can manage with a screwdriver, but if it refuses to yield, I resort to heavier tools. Oh, I also want to install this Audi's acceleration pedal. It's more elegant and should work much smoother than the original one. Oh, it's so disgusting. So I will drill an oval hole there in the trunk, upper part of the pedal will go there, and from that side I will make some hinge for it. And this is a brake pedal, and it looks pretty dangerous. So the acceleration pedal should work much smoother because it's going to pull a cable almost straight. Instead of this system, just look at how it works. A smooth accelerator is directly related to driving comfort. It should give you a good feedback. And here is what I came up with. I took this pin, it has a threaded hole in the middle, I've made a thread on the pedal and screwed it into this pin. And together with these two parts they form a hinge, or a joint. And now I'm gonna drill two holes here and that's it. Even now it moves beautifully. Alright, let's paint it. So I've completely painted the floor, except this tunnel. It has good paint from the factory. It's about time to put some high-quality sound insulation I took from Audi. Wow, now it looks like a tatami. You can even do karate here, or aikido. The covering is so soft and warm. The next step, I'm covering this part of the floor with the linoleum I found at home. It's an additional sound deadening. And if I ever need to remove the seat and transport some kind of cargo, linoleum is very easy to clean in this case.
I'm trying not to let go of my pride, but every time you come back it's like falling down these lies again. This feeling that I have deep down inside, I just wanna be the one you need, and now I need you by my side.
It's get colder in April, so I'm using a hair dryer to warm up, and at the same time I warm up the carpet, because it's getting much softer then. I've cut this piece recently and I'm gonna cover the wheel arch. This glue is so good. It's so easy to work with it. It hardens fast and then it stays pretty flexible. So this piece should finish this arch. I've decided to combine different carpets. I found this grey one at home, so it should look pretty decent. Besides, this project must be on a budget. I'm not greedy, but there are a lot of things to buy, so I need to count my money. But quality is a priority for me. Hey, don't look at me like that. It starts to look like a real car. This is an alarm system I took from a post office today. I've tried to install my friend's alarm, but it didn't turn out as I had hoped because I don't have an antenna module. Anyway, a little unpacking. Everything is pretty straightforward and clear. This is the main module. Oh, what a beautiful key fob. It's so nice. So small but heavy.
Heavy is good. Heavy is reliable. If it doesn't work, you can always hit him with it.
This is the second one, absolutely cheap and ugly. Some wires and shock sensor. Cool. I've installed and connected door lock actuators, and I thought it should work, but then I understood that I need a dedicated unit to control these motors. Fortunately, I can make this block by myself by using two regular, normally closed relays. So I found this scheme, but I was sure this alarm module gives direct powerful signal to manage door locks. Not so easy. I ran wires to the door through this hole. It has pretty thick cable jacket and it slides here well, so it shouldn't be frayed after a while. While I'm waiting for speakers and amplifier delivery, I'm gonna run wires for the audio system, and I found something interesting behind the rear side cover. I would like to dig it out with you. We can find here somebody's blouse, a potato sack, I think, looks horrible. I should do it earlier before I put floor covering. Next felt, expanding foam again, and glass wool. Guys, I can't believe it. They really put glass wool here. Well done, brilliant. I have no words. I'm speechless. Now I need to remove it as carefully as I can. Reporting live from exclusion zone. I don't know what I will find at this side, but I'm sure it's the same. Bingo! I still can't believe it. Guys, could you share your opinion in the comments? Why did they do this? This is dangerous for health. It's a bummer, but people do strange things. Okay, you can laugh at me, you can judge me, but I want to make such an audio system. First of all, it's pretty cheap. Yes, it's not a Pioneer or Harman Kardon. It's not even a JBL. Anyway, I've got these speakers pretty cheap, something I already have, like this one from my old Honda. And I like how these old Soviet speakers sound. So now I have 4 identical speakers and this beautiful big guy. It looks seriously and I hope it should sound good. It has to play low frequencies pretty well, but I need to come up with some filter or something like that. And this is an amplifier I have found. So fingers crossed it will play nicely. Okay, I've connected it temporarily. And you know, I definitely like it. I will put that large speaker here and it will go bam, bam. I'm not a musician, but I have been listening to music here for an hour and I'm totally happy with it. Besides, this amplifier has adjustments for highs and lows. I can sit here for hours and pretend to be a DJ. I was thinking that I have already installed alarm system, but when I connected door lock actuators, nothing was happening. I didn't understand anything, checked the wiring, green to green, blue to blue, but nothing is working. The alarm block gives a ground signal to each wire, but where I need to get a positive signal. And after some research I found the issue. I need to make a dedicated door lock block by myself. Here is a typical scheme, it's not so hard. I need 2 5-pin relays, they are normally closed and normally opened at the same time, and here they are. These wires go to positive power, these are taking signals from the alarm module, and so on. I just need to put it in its place and connect the wires. I've been telling you about another forms of life I found in these Zaporozhets, and here is another one. Someday our descendants from other civilizations will find it like amber inclusions. Anyway, it was behind the fuel tank, and to be honest, I like this insulation material. It's surrounded by glass wool again, but I think I will clean it up. Again, I found a lot of expanding foam here, of course. I'm gonna reglue this covering because I don't like how it was attached here. Okay, it's time to ride, so I have to put the fuel tank back, put the seats, and we're almost ready. Even the music system is ready. Now I'm ready to install the back seat. I straightened it. and actually I put a lot of work into it. The main point was to connect these springs together, that's why they were bent in different directions. They weren't connected, and now they are evenly distribute the force produced by our butts, so it adds more comfort. Anyway, I like this lower seat. As for the backrest, I've almost finished it. I have new seat covers that I will put over the original upholstery, and the interior should look fantastically.